Charles Leclerc continues to be a highly discussed topic in the world of Formula One, and the tension between him and Ferrari shows no signs of easing. In fact, the situation seems to be heating up, and it may have reached a point of no return, as recent reports suggest that Leclerc and Mercedes are in talks for a potential collaboration in 2024 and beyond, which adds to the uncertainty. With Hamilton's future with Mercedes still undecided and the recent speculations about Leclerc's future at Ferrari, there is a strong possibility that we may witness significant changes in the driver's lineup. Let's explore this bombastic possibility that is sure to send shockwaves throughout the paddock. Leclerc's performance at Ferrari has seen a significant decline in 2023, going from a potential championship contender in 2022 to a driver who has only managed to secure 6 points from 3 events. This is undoubtedly the team's worst start in years, and the worst start since the point system was remodeled in 2010, and the fact that Ferrari has not led a single lap in 2023 after completing 3 full races is a clear indication that there is a lot of work to be done within the team. The question now arises whether Leclerc would want to be a part of this rebuilding process at Ferrari. His recent statement about his only goal being to finish races rather than fighting for wins, as it seems like an unrealistic scenario for the Maranello-based team, makes us wonder if he still sees a future with Ferrari. Leclerc was instrumental in the recent changes made at Ferrari, which included bringing in his former team principal at Alfa Romeo, Frédéric Vasseur, as a replacement for Mattia Binotto. Despite many F1 experts suggesting that the issues lie not only with the team principal but also in the team's overall philosophy, these suggestions were disregarded and straight up laughed at. But now, with 3 races done in the new 2023 season, who is laughing? With Sainz's penalty not being overturned and his P4 finish being denied, Ferrari's motivation heading into the next Grand Prix is likely to be reduced. Despite Frédéric Vasseur's belief that Leclerc has all the motivation needed to win a race in 2023, I find it hard to envision that happening after the humbling experiences Leclerc has had in the first 3 races. The latest incident being the lap 1 crash with Stroll, which prevented him from racing fully. It will be interesting to see how Ferrari bounces back from this setback and if Leclerc can gain his confidence and form in the upcoming races. In contrast to Leclerc's performance, Sainz has been consistently delivering solid results, and although he may have been slower than Leclerc in direct battles, his maturity and composure could potentially earn him the #1 role in the team. It's worth noting that Sainz outperformed Leclerc in their first year as teammates in 2021, and if Leclerc continues with his current form, this may be the likely scenario for the 2023 season. According to Joan Villers-de-Prat, a former F1 management figure, Sainz's qualities outweigh those of his teammate Leclerc, as evidenced by Sainz leading by 20 points in the standings. And not only that, even though Sainz initially struggled to adjust to life at Ferrari, it doesn't appear to be a major factor in his future with the team. Despite rumors linking him to Audi from 2026 onwards, Sainz has denied them and stated his commitment to Ferrari, hoping to become the first driver since Kimi Räikkönen in 2007 to lift the championship trophy. When talking about the comparison between Sainz and Leclerc, Villers-de-Prat went on to say, "I see that Sainz is pushing from the beginning. The story of adapting to the car is no longer valid, so he has to keep it up. Because Leclerc is coming back and very strong. He has a great innate speed, more than Carlos, who has to work on it more, so he has to push and take maximum points and stay there. Because at Ferrari, the balance changes weight immediately. Now he's in front, but if Leclerc gets in front, his weight, even today, is more than Carlos in Ferrari. He's more considered than Carlos today, and the first mission is to make Carlos more considered than Leclerc." In addition, Villers-de-Prat suggested that Leclerc has been led to believe that he's the top driver at Ferrari and didn't expect Sainz to be a major competitor for the championship. Seeing Sainz ahead of him in the standings reportedly upsets Leclerc. While this is understandable, it remains to be seen if the situation will reach a point where Ferrari chooses a new teammate for Sainz in 2024, regardless of Leclerc's preferences. It's certainly an interesting prospect to consider, but at this point, it's all just speculation. And while it's true that Leclerc is a talented driver, it's important to note that he's under contract with Ferrari until the end of 2024, and it's unclear if Mercedes would be willing to negotiate a buyout with the Italian team. Additionally, Lewis Hamilton is still a strong driver and has a long-standing relationship with Mercedes, so it's unlikely that they would let him go without a fight. However, anything is possible in Formula One, and it will be interesting to see how things develop over the next few years. Another high-ranking official who commented on this was Dr. Helmut Marko, acknowledging that it would not be logical for Ferrari to terminate their contract with Sainz. However, he has also mentioned the possibility of Leclerc being the driver who could leave the team in the near future, and the Italian F1 insider Leo Turini said that there have been discussions between Leclerc and Mercedes about a potential partnership, which he described as an open secret. Everyone knows about it, including Maranello. Leclerc understands that time is ticking, and if Lewis Hamilton decides to leave, then Mercedes will want to get a champion-level driver to partner with George Russell. According to Marko, Leclerc is bound by his Ferrari contract until the end of the 2024 season, which is unlike Hamilton's current contractual situation. However, Marko suggests that Leclerc's contract likely includes a performance clause, which means that the contract will be automatically reviewed if he doesn't meet certain criteria by a particular point in the season, and based on Leclerc's current performance, it appears unlikely that he will meet these criteria, unless there is a significant change in his performance in the near future. Gazzetta dello Sport suggests that Ferrari may not achieve a favorable outcome in the upcoming race in Baku, despite the team introducing an upgrade package. While the upgrade may not be significant, the newspaper still predicts that Ferrari will trail behind Aston Martin and Mercedes, with Red Bull being a distant contender. And a potential outcome like this is likely to cause frustration and disappointment among the drivers and fans of the Ferrari team. In this scenario, it is uncertain what Hamilton's plans would be, more so because even though driving for Ferrari is often considered a dream for many F1 drivers, including Hamilton's childhood idol Senna, the team may not be in a strong position to offer Hamilton what he desires most, an 8th championship. Turini suggests that there has not been any personal communication between Hamilton and Ferrari regarding a potential contract. What would Hamilton do if he realized that he could no longer win with the Silver Arrows? I do not know. On the other hand, I know that Hamilton has never been close to the Reds. There was never a negotiation, never. It's true that John Elkann, who became president after Marchionne's death, asked for information on Hamilton's contract. We were in 2019. Vettel was almost at the end of his credits, but Lewis, having won titles in a flurry running alone, was not in the least interested in the prospect. Today, 2023, but with the contracts in force in Maranello, we are talking about 2025, the media hit would be sensational. But Ferrari needs much more than a marketing operation. But we cannot help but point out the very obvious thing here. Mercedes has made significant strides in strengthening their technical team. With the return of James Allison, who played a significant role in the team's successful era, it appears that Mercedes is determined to dominate the remainder of the season, and as the races progress, Mercedes is likely to become increasingly competitive. And Allison is expected to deliver on his mandate to build an upgraded, competitive version of the W14, which could convince Hamilton to stay with Mercedes for a few more years. What do you think about Leclerc? Would he stay in Ferrari in the coming years, or will he try to move on to a better team? Let us know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below, and we will see you next time.